happy peoples. Today we are gonna go outside and go get some wood with the ranger. It is hard for me to turn sideways because I have gloves on.
You can do this by yourself, or do you need me to do it?
Oh no, we can do it.
Okay.
We can do it.
Be careful. It's so awesome to have kids that are good at working.
I love you. I give you everything you want me to. Think about it. If I could, I'd burn down the moon and give that to.
What is it? It has a white tail. It has a mane. You can ride it. It has hooves. Its favorite tree is apples.
What do you think it would be?
I'm gonna guess a horse.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah! Because I know you love horses.
You guessed it.
That in science class today.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so we are on our way into North Pole. It is an upload day. Today is Monday. We are uploading the vlog, as you can see right here. I'm not looking at the screen while it is uploading. I basically start it like at the end of my road and then drive to North Pole. And by the time I get there, depending on how long the video is, sometimes it's almost ready to start processing. Whoop, whoop. At least 3 days a week, we drive to North Pole to be able to get good Wi-Fi reception to get the vlog uploaded for you guys because we love you. It's a different one for me today, guys. I don't know if you're gonna like it. I hope you liked it. At this point, you've already seen it. It's a clean with me video. So let me know if you liked it. It was a little different for me. It was a little bit like, okay, I don't know, this is not my usual content, my usual creation, but you know what? Change it up. Did you guys think it was a good school day today?
Yeah.
I think it was a really good school day. Evelyn?
Yeah.
Did you have a good school day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Busted it out. They're
I did.
really, really liking it. Anyway, don't mind the trash can. We have a dump run and normally that trash can's in the back. Yeah, that's another thing we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the dump. But we are on our way. Daddy's not feeling the greatest today. He has worn himself out. But guys, I think we have the job.
Woo!
We are beyond excited. It is going to be such a huge blessing. We're probably about like a 92% at this point. We just have to have the contract come through. So I'm so grateful. Thank you guys so much for all your prayers and thoughts and well wishes and love and messages and all the things. It was fantastic.
On clouds instead of the concrete I'm dancing through. Everything's about to come my way. Nothing can ruin my day. No matter what anyone does or say, I smile at fools. No, I don't care cause I am on my way up.
Okay, so we went to go get little treats for the kids because we had such a great school day. Well, we were there at our local coffee stand and somebody paid for our drinks. Okay, so somebody paid for our drinks and it was like not a small order. I rarely get the kids any type of drinks like that, but I was like, oh, I'll take them out. I've got a gift certificate and they paid for me. So Samantha, that's all I know, that's all the information is she's pregnant and she bought us our drinks. So thank you so much, Samantha. That's crazy. So, I mean, I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but I did leave some money there for the barista to be able to pay it to other people. So super grateful. So thank you so much, Samantha. You're too kind. Wow. Wow, I feel so like not worthy of such a nice gesture.
Time. Cause I know what it's like to be broke. I know what
Alright,
it's
so
like
we obviously were in North Pole, ran into the fam, and then they're like, kind of followed them to come over, pop over here for just a little bit. Sorry, the lighting's crazy. It's very dark. And just hang out, and they fed us dinner, and it'd be fun to actually sit down with my mom and possibly my sister and kind of discuss a little bit about homeschooling. And because I'm really in the thick of homeschooling right now. We're starting to get a really good schedule. Things are starting to really kind of amp up. We're getting good bearings. We're having good days. And she is like a veteran of homeschooling. She homeschooled me all the way through. My brother almost all the way through, and then my siblings about half. So I kind of wanted her to sit down and talk a little bit about maybe pros and cons of what she feels for homeschooling, things that maybe she would have liked to do differently, and just kind of give her perspective on homeschooling from a veteran. So I wanted to sit down with her, ask her some questions, see all the things, and then we'll head on home. Husband, I think, is still in bed and laying down. So anyway, that's what we're gonna do. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hopefully this will shine a light, at least from our perspective, to you guys. All right, let's go get her.
We're going to be talking about scientific things. How to make an egg float. You
I think it was pretty funny though, right?
salt in one cup and another plain water. In each bowl or cup, and you will find out which one will float. Thank you. See you next time on Scientific Things.
All right, guys, so I listed some questions, about 8 of them, to ask my dear old Madre. Oh, I wanted to ask you about homeschooling. Since we're in the thick of it, we're getting our homeschool stuff all together. You have done homeschool now for how long? How long has she done homeschool? You don't do it anymore.
Correct. I don't do it. I haven't done it for about 4.5 years.
Yeah.
5 years. Yeah.
Okay.
But back in the day, I did it for a little over 25 years.
25 years.
Yeah.
That's a minute. That is a veteran of a homeschool mom. She has that type of experience that I would pick her brain, like maybe questions that you guys would have, like things that you would do different, favorite things about homeschooling. So we're gonna run through all those things and see what the old veteran has to say.
Okay. You kind of put me on the spot
Put you
here.
on this. I am putting you on a spot. Basically, I came over, we ate dinner, we just kind of popped over and said, "Hey Mom, can you do this real quick?" Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Things you would do differently in your homeschool career. What would you do differently?
In the very beginning, I think what I do differently is that I always worried about, if there was standards, and I always thought that I had to meet these standards, and somebody was always looking, even though I never really joined any co-op or anything like that. But it was just like I always felt like there was this burden hanging over me, like I needed to perform to a certain standard. Years went by, I realized that the only standard I really had to meet was God's standard, to do what He would have me to do and how I would teach you kids. And so that was a big relief off of me, to just realize that as you go about your daily life, you can teach a lot. It doesn't always have to just be textbooks. Encourage moms and homeschool moms to just relax, take time, and just love your kids through it. And don't think you have to do every single problem all the time, and it just has to be so structured. And structure's good, but I think that you can just make it fun and make it a family thing.
What's your favorite thing about homeschooling?
Having my kids at home.
Yeah.
Having my kids with me, and not and just being able to experience every day with them. Whatever came our way, whatever took us, what path we went down, having the kids there. When I had to put them in school, it was very, very difficult. And it's still today very difficult to think that they're in school, because I really did enjoy homeschool. But there sometimes comes a time when you just realize you can't do it anymore.
Time and place, different season of life.
Yeah,
And it gets harder and harder, I feel, the older you get,
it is.
to maintain just the sheer load of what is kind of homeschooling a little bit. Because it is a big responsibility that you're taking on.
It is, and I had children late in life.
Right, she did.
My last one was at 44, and so
That takes a
women
toll.
probably understand what happens between 45 and 50 or so, So, yeah, it was pretty tough on me, but it was very sad. But I just realized if I was yelling more at the kids than teaching them, and just that whole hormonal thing, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
then it was just
It's not
not
worth it.
Yeah, it had to be, you know,
8 o'clock
when you
be
put your
here.
kids, when you
Right.
put your kids in school, it's very rigid. You know, you have to get up every day. You have to put them. You know, it's a routine. Where there is flexibility, I really like the flexibility. It's not like I slept till noon ever or anything like that. But if something came up, then we were always able
adjust
to
it.
do it, and you can adjust
Yeah.
your schedule.
I remember taking
really like
school
that.
with me on the go all the time.
Yeah.
We'd grab a clipboard and we'd
And a
be
bag of
doing
books
it.
and-
Yep, and
yeah.
pop in the car. Homeschool events, curriculum fairs. I remember always taking my school with me as I went.
Yeah.
Some of your fears about homeschooling. When you first were like, because she was never homeschooled, so she never went through that. So to just go in, my dad was never homeschooled. So what made you go that avenue, and maybe some of the fears that were initial, or if there was fears, maybe you were just like, I got it.
So the reason why we started homeschooling was just the timing. I think it was God's divine intervention where we just didn't know, you know, you were going to start going to school, and we heard this story about the elementary school, and one child was able to get out of the school and walk down the street. And I was like, how did that happen? I mean, I think he was in first grade, and so that just kind of got our hearts going, and you know what the Lord had for us, and you know, I kind of taught you pre-K, kind of just did the little books and stuff.
Just
and
kind of dabbled in a little bit.
And so then we were like, well, why don't we try it? I think there's always fear. The fear of, I think the biggest fear was doing it right, you know, and I think so many of us get hung up on that is, you know, am I going to do everything right? Well, is there any right or really wrong way? But you do want to get academic. I mean, I'm not that, you know, you do want to, you know, do the academics as well. But I think that's the fear of making sure. That was my initial fear. You know, would I be able to do it?
Get everything?
Yeah,
Am I
am I going to cover everything?
Right. I
If-
totally
yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where it's like, are they supposed to know 2 + 2 right now? Do
Right.
they, are the alphabet, what the sound shapes, should they know all that by?
Yeah.
And I feel that homeschooling has actually come probably a long way
Oh,
since
yeah.
you were teaching
Oh, yeah.
me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
However moons ago that was. It has changed over the years that maybe you've noticed. I know there was groups back then, but probably not even nearly what they are today.
No, you mean like the co-ops and stuff? I
Yeah.
mean, like we had a homeschooling group, and I think we tried to do a co-op way back when. But a homeschooling group, that was really like the nucleus. You know, you would go once a month and really just, you know, touch base with other
Touch base with
homeschool
everybody,
moms.
sound
Yeah.
off different
Yeah.
ideas maybe.
Get field trips together, you know, and just have that camaraderie with each other. You know, and of course we had each other's phone numbers, we were able to call and stuff, but you didn't feel like you were on an island. That really helped to know that.
And that probably came maybe later on, even when you moved up here, as opposed
Yeah.
to in Virginia.
Yeah,
when we first started there.
Right.
Because
It
I was,
did.
what, in 3rd grade probably when I left there?
Right, you were just starting 3rd grade when we got up here.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was probably even a different dynamic of coming up here, because I feel the group here, the Alaskan Homeschool group, has always been fairly well attended. Like
Yes.
there was a lot. Like it's very encouraged here. And I don't know if it's because it is so much more remote, and maybe there wasn't a whole lot more of options.
Right. Well, and I think it's just the culture here.
I think
you know,
so.
it's kind of like you stay in, you just kind of, yeah. It's just the culture. I think here is conducive to homeschooling.
Yeah. What would maybe be the best and worst things about homeschooling? So there's always pros and cons, both public school, Christian school, homeschooling. What would you say would be the pros and cons of homeschooling?
Pros, you know, and I already kind of talked about that.
True.
That's why we did it, is because you keep the family together. You know, day in and day out, you're together. You're living life together. You're not separated and having the kids go, you know, somewhere else. Another one in today's world, which wasn't maybe so bad back then, is the way our society is. It can be very scary. I pray every day for my kids that go to school. I still have 2 that go to school, and it's very, very sad. And you all know the news and everything that's happened, and so that is also, you know,
A fear.
and you bring your kids home and keep them close. Well, it's a commitment. It's a huge commitment, really. I mean, and so I hated to make it a con, but it is a huge commitment, and so you really have to give your time to it, because life can take you away. Life can get in the way, you know, as far as busyness, right? And then the kids, you know, I don't know if suffer is a good word, but the kids may not get the education that maybe you would like to give them, because life is impeding on you on
Right.
different, pulling you in all different directions.
Because
So
there's not really that separation.
Right.
Where I always kind of describe it as like a teacher goes to a school and works her or his 8-hour day.
Right.
Whereas when you're at home and you're being a mom, a wife, a teacher, a PE instructor, you know, all
Yeah.
these things, you balancing that. Because
Yeah.
you feel like you're getting pulled in 51 million directions. And
Right.
being able to say no, dishes can wait, laundry can wait, and sitting down and making that time,
Right.
I think is a challenge. A lot of people say social interaction. A lot of people say that homeschoolers struggle with maybe being more introverted. That's one of their fears that I hear. Oh, my kid's
Yes.
not going to get socialized.
right, and that was day one. That was, I mean, that's been around for as many years as I've
As
done
it started.
Yeah, that is what
You're
I
gonna
heard.
keep your kid at home?
Yeah.
They're not gonna be able to know how to talk to the other people.
Right, and that is such a myth. It really is, because there's so many avenues to get your kids involved in different things. There's activities you can do, but not only that, if you attend a church, they get that interaction. You know, any kind of group that you get them around, you can make play dates, or you can do anything, but and you know what, it isn't always 100% the best to have kids around their peers all the time.
That's true.
I find that a lot of homeschoolers that I've been in contact with, the kids can talk to adults, they can talk to all range of people, the elderly, you know, their mom and dad's age people, and then their peers. I think that,
Because they're in those different groups
Yeah.
all the time. So they're
Right.
not necessarily just with their third grade friends.
right. I don't think social interact, and yet they can get around some of those friends. You know, if they do things on a, you know,
In a group
yeah, and
function.
not every day. I don't think they need to be around those kids every day, all day long, to be socially,
I
to be socially.
And in
well.
today's world, there's so many different avenues.
Yeah.
I mean, with this new group that I've signed up, the IDEA program, they have things on the calendar all the time.
Yep.
Every week, sewing class, PE stuff that you can do at the jump park. I mean, there's tons of different stuff and such a variety for homeschoolers to get involved in, just in my area. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I feel homeschoolers are lacking opportunity compared to those who go to school. Like, say, track and field or soccer or
Wow. You know, so a lot of times, you know, till just recently I was in Phoenix, I was in Arizona. And the schools are really coming alongside, a lot of them are, to let your kids get involved, to let them take that one course. I have many friends in Arizona that do that. So I think you just have to reach out and see if that's an option.
Right.
But I also think that you can make, I mean, yeah, so if you want to, you can put them in a downtown league and they can get that interaction in that sport. Or you can also just do it as a homeschool group and make your own. But as far as missing opportunities, I don't know. I think you can find avenues. I think you have to be educated. I think you need to take time and invest.
research it, what's
Yeah.
out there and available.
Yeah.
And not just expect maybe people to come to you.
Right. And just be proactive
be
and be
proactive.
proactive right in the beginning of high school. Don't wait until senior year.
Right. And that's what my teacher said, my contact teacher said, really, it matters from 9th grade on.
Yeah.
And that's what they're looking for. Anything before that,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, okay, that's cool. I'm glad your
Right.
kid did that.
Yeah.
Gold star, but this is what we're looking at. Would you do it over again?
Yes. Yes, I would do it over again. I would. I would, because you have to think of, it was a few years ago. I mean, I haven't homeschooled for like 6 years
know.
or so, 5 years.
Yep.
Yeah, all them younger years when I was with you guys and, you know, just doing it.
What was your favorite part? Like to teach somebody something.
Okay, because I was going to say that earlier,
Oh, okay.
too, is when...
Little
I
nugget,
think-
little nugget here.
The little nugget that I take away that is so precious to me, besides all the things I've already said, is that I got to teach each one of you how to read.
How to read. Yeah.
And that, and that is so cool. I mean, it's no kudos on my back, but it's an experience that you won't forget. You know, just that time spent together, and then that's the foundation. You know, I was able to build a foundation in each of you for your education, and that is neat. That I got. So that's my What was your question? That was kind of like,
what
would I
was
do
your
it
favorite?
again?
Yeah,
and
what was
would
your
I-
favorite, and then what was your little favorite thing? Because
Yeah.
I think that's been one of the most rewarding for me.
Yeah.
Is being able to teach them how to read, and actually like when they're starting to formulate and understand, and like that excitement of, oh my goodness, I can now look at a book and understand what it's saying.
Yeah.
And then it's like stories come to life. It's better than movies. Everything's in depth, and they're just
Absorbing it. They're little
absorbing and,
sponges.
and
Yeah.
captivated by it.
Yeah. I still miss it. Gosh, watching you homeschool and stuff, I'm like, let me get in there. I know I work full time and it's hard, but it's like, yeah, my passion is teaching. So,
Yeah. Last one.
okay.
So, with your 25 years of experience, 25 plus, one piece of advice you would give to someone just starting out.
Research curriculum well, and remember that all children learn differently. One curriculum for one may not work for another in the same family. Just like I said in the very beginning, just relax and just make it an experience that they will enjoy and that they will want to take that away and pass that on to generations to come. That they would want to homeschool their kids and see their grandkids being taught and just, you know, you want to teach them. I don't want you to think, I mean, everything I've said, the commitment and everything is there, but just relax and enjoy them while they're there. They grow up very quickly. And before you know it, you have children that have kids that are 12 years old.
Awesome sauce. Thanks, Mom.
Well, you're welcome.
Putting her on the spot.
Yeah. But that was fun. That brings back a lot of memories.
Yeah.
It does bring back a lot of memories and good memories.
Okay, good job, Mom. Alright guys, well we made it home. As you can see, Bert is still down for the count. Sometimes, when you just like have a lot on your plate, and then all of a sudden your body's just like, yeah, I'm gonna call this one a night. Because he's been running a lot, and now his body's just like, you need to rest, you need to take it easy. So that's what he's doing. It's basically just a cold, but when he gets a cold, he has a chronic sinus infection, so it really just kind of kicks him on his butt. He just knows that he needs to rest a lot, so that's what he's doing. So anyway, I think we're gonna call it a night. Thank you guys so much for watching. I sure hope you liked that little interview that I did with my mom. That was special. That was super special for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. We gleaned something from somebody who's done it for a long time. And I know she's been a huge inspiration for me, because I'm a second generation homeschooler. I've been homeschooled my whole life, and now I'm doing it with my kids. So it's super encouraging. It was awesome. She's done a great job. I might not be able to spell the greatest. You can my family will tell you, attest to that, but that's my own fault. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really helps out our channel. Make sure you're subscribed and ring the bell so you can get notified when all of our videos go live. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye, YouTube channel. Beep.
Nothing goes your way, so I'm gonna let myself enjoy the fruit from this lucky day. Yeah, I am on my way up. I won't slow